Nevers Aben, and I'm sterile processing technician here at Wanganui Hospital, New Zealand. So today I'm going to show you how we sterilize reusable medical devices. Right now, we're here at the contamination area where sterilization begins. We clean manually, mechanically, and disinfect medical devices. Also, we receive used and dirty medical devices out from the theater after surgery. That is why it is also called here a dirty room. I have here a dirty handset tray which just came out from the theater, and it needs to be cleaned as soon as possible to prevent the hardening of any debris or any blood that can be found on each instrument. So before proceeding to a manual cleaning, the first thing that I do is returning them back by scanning under TDOC, which is the software program that we use here in sterile department, which enable us to meet the regulatory requirements through tracking the flow of each reusable medical devices. How I return them. First, I scan the return area, and then by my badge ID, Bella IBAN, and the barcode number of the instrument. Then, log out. That's it. So let's do manual cleaning. The first thing that I do is sorting them out, removing the basket from the container. Then I make sure that I inspect each instrument by opening them with their fully extent so that I can see clearly if there's any sign of stain, corrosions, or damage. And disassembling also involves if that instrument have more than one part. Transportation of instrument to other basket. Handle the instrument by lying serve side down to avoid any possible accidents or cuts. So before I put them on soaking, I make sure that they are widely open and they are fully exposed. Let's fill up the sink with hot water until this water indicator plus the detergent mixture. This matrix need to remove biofilm remover, and it is safe from manufacturer's recommendation. This water mixture helps to remove and break down any bloods or debris that can be found on the instrument. Now it's soaking time. We use different varieties of brushes and water guns. These cleaning agents help us to remove debris from the medical devices. Now let's brush the instruments. If you see a noticeable debris, brush them under the water for thorough cleaning. It's rinsing time. It's very important to rinse the instrument to flush out the chemicals. And it also prepares for the next step, which is the ultrasonic cleaning. This is our ultrasonic cleaning tank. Every morning we do monitor and test by using a biological indicator, which is the check test for testing for cavitation. And this is the chart, which means it passed and ready to use. So this ultrasonic removes the remaining biofilms or any birds from the instrument that we cannot see through our naked eye. So this works by creating an ultrasonic waves that travels through the water, and these waves will create a tiny unstable bubbles, and these unstable tiny bubbles will meet or contact each instrument, and it will implode. Ten minutes is over. Let's get the okay. Then rinse them again for the preparation of next step to flush out the chemicals. So let's put this tray already on the trolley. This trolley helps to convey instrument into the washer disinfector. Now let's do the mechanical cleaning. So this is our washer disinfector, which is similar to high-powered dishwasher. This steps removes anything that might be left on the instrument. And this washer have a spray arms, which is spin and clean using a detergent and high pressure water on the spray arms. And each cycle do a thermal disinfection. That's why when the instrument is already out from the washer, it's already clean and safe to handle. So this will take 45 minutes. We're here in assembly room where we inspect, assemble, and pack reusable medical devices for preparation of sterilization. We're here in assembly area or clean area. So here we receive a clean instrument from decontamination, and this is the unloading area. In unloading, I use these blue ones so that I will not burn my hands. And this instrument will go directly in the dryer because they are still wet. I use the pot holder to hold them because they are still hot. After that, I check the washer printout and make sure if the washer cycle is successful. Now we're going to approve them and then see the first cycle documentation. This set is completely full and dry. Now it's packing time. I scan them to view my checklist, and this one serves as my guide. So also here in checklist, you can see the right number of each instrument, how many numbers of instrument. They also tell you the proper place of the instrument by viewing the pictures. Firstly, I put the staples, and for this curved artery, I make sure that I open on their fully extent for effective sterilization. And these staples serve as a protection for the instrument upon transportation. Let's begin inspection. So inspecting instrument, make sure that you use the magnifying glass so that you can see clearly if there's a noticeable dead disc on the instrument. And always check if the tip end of the instrument are holding correctly and properly aligned, and if there's no damage or burns. My tray is already done, and we put indicators with the instrument for surgical staff to know if this tray is sterile and ready to use after sterilization. I always check before packing the number of the basket, the lid, and the container. Also, the number of the checklist are the same. I also put an indicator here, which is the sterilizing tape. So at glance, we can identify what is sterile and non-sterile. Going to put here autoclave trolley ready for sterilization. Sterilization time is the procedure that kills all the microorganisms on the surgical instruments. And we use autoclaving method. So this is our autoclave. Every morning we do monitoring and testing, warm up, leak weight, bavidic test, and air detection function to meet the specific parameters for effective sterilization. Before loading this tray on the autoclave, I make sure that I write down the item here in the sterilization book for autoclave documentation. I put a sticker, and this sticker will tell you the cycle information, the date when this is sterilized, what autoclave that have been used and the cycle number. I place this indicator to measure the effectiveness of sterilization and to meet the specific parameters of sterilization. Scanning them again for tracking and autoclave documentation. I already load the tray inside the autoclave, so it's time to create a batch under TDoc by scanning, loading, then it's ready to load the trolley inside the autoclave. Then I chose standard cycle, heavy, will go under 40 minutes. And the arrow, and the enter. This is the sterilizer printout where I check the parameters of pressure, time, temperature, and this sterilization will take 40 minutes. After the sterilization, the autoclave screen will appear, cycle pass, and it's time to approve. What I do is I check the autoclave printout. I check the parameters if they are right, and if the cycle result is passed, and then my name. And let's open the autoclave for unloading. These sets of instruments had just gone under sterilization. I'm going to check the indicators, which is this one and also the sterilization tape. And it turns out black, it means they went on proper sterilization. So let's get inside of this. These are sterile trays already and they are completely full, and it's time for dispatching. Before that, I'm going to scan each barcodes under TDoc for tracking the flow and for dispatch documentation. So let's get inside of the storage room. This is our sterile storage room. We call it sterile because here we maintain the temperature of air and they always monitor the humidity of the temperature. For the sterile, reusable medical devices will maintain their sterility. That's the sterilization process take place. Thank you, goodbye, and God bless us all.